Hey, Mike Healy here with video 8 of the How to Build Your Business documentary series. And I am absolutely going to blow your mind at this part, okay? Because if you've been following the videos, if you've taken your time, you notice that it only took me about a week to 2 weeks to get this whole process going. And what I told you I was doing from day one was building a machine, okay? So if you go back to the first videos, I explained how I look at a comp plan, how many people I need to make money, then how to recruit, and then how I start getting some marketing going and things like that. So I start attracting people. Now here's the deal, is in a business like this, when we have anything that you're going to need duplication or you need to build a larger organization, one of the best things to do is give them systems that make them good. Okay. Now I'm going to say something to you that this was a phrase that I heard in a training that changed my life. It said that systems are the leverage by which you take ordinary people and turn them into extraordinary performers. Great businesses do not look for extraordinary people. Great businesses get extraordinary results using systems. So when I heard that years ago, it got me to get a complete paradigm shift of how I built my business and what I could do using the leverage of internet marketing, tools, systems, things like that. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to take it to my screen and I'm going to now show you what I build for my team to get them leads, so that they have an unlimited source, where to send their leads, how to talk to their leads, that kind of thing. Because if you think about it, I can only do so many calls a day, right? And then you get burned out. You just don't do it. But what if I could call people, recruit people into the business, then set them up for a system for success so that they can replicate exactly what I did, and they recruit somebody who I can set them up with the system for success and they can replicate that. And pretty soon I have a machine that no one could touch. This isn't about competing with people. This is about domination. Okay. Just doing things that I've learned over a period of time. But here's the other thing too, is how many times have you been to any kind of meetings or things like that where everybody's focused on motivating people? Motivation is a myth. Motivation is a myth. Motivation is kind of like taking a bath. You take one today, 2 days later, or like me, you got to take one a couple hours later because you sweat and you worked out or whatever, right? And you have to do it over and over and over. You have to keep your people motivated. No. If you create good systems, then the motivation naturally happens because people get results. Okay? Motivation is a myth. If you get good systems put in place for your people that they can use the systems to create success, motivation naturally follows. Because now they can see an end in sight. They can actually envision themselves getting results, okay? So let me kick over to my screen. I'm going to show you what I built, what I set up for my team, because again, I don't want my team having to build this stuff because they're not internet marketers. I don't want them to be. I want to create a system like McDonald's to where they plug and play. That's why McDonald's is successful, not because they make good burgers. It's because they have a good system in place and high school kids can come in and have success. All right, so let's jump to the screen. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to my screen. But before I do, I want you to just think about this as I walk you through this. Is when somebody joins your business, well, before they join, in fact, what they typically ask themselves is 2 big questions. Is it worth doing? And can I do it? If you can answer the can I do it, you close about 80 to 90% more people than you would anywhere else, okay? Because a lot of people, they see networking, they see duplication, they see leverage, they get excited about it. At first, they're initiated, and then what happens is they start to recede back in their enthusiasm after they start thinking about it, thinking, well, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do this, which is completely understandable. Most of us who really succeed in the industry start out with ignorance on fire, like myself. Eventually, we figure things out. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you now what I'm going to do, okay? So the process is very simple. I'll slow down. I know I got pretty jacked in the beginning there. What you do is I use systems, tools to introduce somebody to the opportunity. And while I'm introducing them, I emphasize that I have a system in place to help them get success and get results. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you why I can do that. Now, here's the thing is if I can get a brand new person on my team to be able to properly introduce a new prospect and then emphasize the fact that they've got a system in place. They have a system in place to help them easily get better results than the majority of people. They now become an authority, and now they get to sign that person up because they're creating the opportunity, the excitement of the opportunity, but then they're closing the deal with a system that explains why that new person is going to get the success. Okay. All right. So let's jump to the screen here. So what I do is I typically, one of the things that I like to have is I like to have leads for my team. Okay. I typically don't do it with every opportunity I've been in, but this one is so easy with the Snap Delivered because it's easy to go after and find people that are already in the space of the gig economy. Okay. So what I do is I create leads for my team. So if you go here, so what it is all I do is now if somebody joins my business, they've joined because they're excited. I show them the website and they make the concept makes sense and they get in. Now I want to set those people up that have raised their hands and said, hey, I really want to go after this. I put those people in the bucket of, okay, I know that this person's enthusiastic and they want to go after this. I'm going to make sure that they have the right people to talk to about the right things at the right time. So now I create leads for the team. So here, what I do is I set up a website and I typically make a video right here that kind of explains. Hey, Mike Healy here, and I don't know about you, but I can't stand waiting on stuff. I explain how I don't like to wait, which most people don't like to wait for success, on how to get leads. And then all they have to do is after I've explained what the leads are, how they get them, the whole 9 yards, they can click on order the leads now. Once they click on that button, it takes them to this page where I've set it up to where they can purchase the leads. And then all of a sudden they buy them in bulk. They buy them in a bulk purchase, but then I deliver them so they don't get overwhelmed, kind of like a drip them over to them. Like if one person can only handle 5 leads a day, I'm not sending him 500. I would send him like 5 a day, that kind of thing, right? And some people might go, hey, I could probably do 20 a day. Then I'll send them 20 a day, that kind of thing. So they fill out this information. The next thing I take them to is once they've submitted, hey, I want leads, and they buy them, I immediately, the thank you page is this, where I created a training where I walk a person through exactly what to say and how to say it, including so how to make the phone call, what I say, how I say it, what information I send them. Okay. And so during that, I mentioned that I teach them to send people, this prospect, to a website that has information on it. Well, the majority of people don't know how to build websites and so on. So what I did is I created the website. I just created it through JotForm. Okay. And so now I'm giving my team, anybody that buys the leads, I'm giving them their own replicated website because all I got to do is give them the JotForm link. And then all they got to do is copy and paste, go to JotForm, click create form and click it. And it will actually upload that page. So it's right here where it's got the videos on here, the overview I do, and about the restaurant owners. And then all they do is they fill out this information. But once they fill out this information, it automatically sends them directly to the person on my team's sign up page. So they're now going to go directly there. They're going to get directly signed up to that person. So if you think about it, what I've done here is, let me just refresh this page here. What I've done is I've created a machine to where anybody that joins my business is able to talk to as many people as they want, as they can handle. I can just boom, 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 ramp it up. But if you think bigger, what if you got, what if a person on my team, or what if you got somebody on your team or what if you went out, signed like say 10, 15, 20, 100 people, okay? And let's say 20% of them said, hey, I want to do this. So now you got 20 people that you're supplying leads for, or I'm supplying leads for, that kind of thing, that all of a sudden go out and do 20s, right? And pretty soon it's just a machine that nobody can compete with, because we're just cranking them out and cranking them out and cranking them out. And people, it's again, their quality. They're talking to the right people about the right things at the right time. And, you hit the timing window in a company like what we're doing right here, and it's just the sky's the limit. Okay. So anyhow, let me kind of close it out with this is if you think about what I've just shown you, okay, what I've gone through in the video series is I sequentially walked you through pretty much what I've done in the last 5-6 companies. And it's literally a cookie cutter process that I can join any business because it's the same principles. You got an opportunity that makes sense. It's got a commission on what you do for activity. And then I put systems and tools in place for myself to succeed, but most importantly, my team to succeed, so that it just replicates and actually builds that and grows a business faster than the majority of people do it. Okay. Because nobody just wants to be in a business. You want success in your business, and you've got to think differently. You got to be strategic about some of this stuff. And then you have to, again, systems are the tool by which you turn ordinary people into extraordinary performers. Because I can jokingly tell my people to stay as dumb as possible, but just do the process, do the systems, do the steps that I say, talk to a person, send them to a website, talk to a person, send them to a website. But it's a lot different if the person's interested to begin with what you're sending them, right? Makes a lot more sense. That's the difference. Okay. So I've set it all up. So anyhow, thank you so much for watching this. Hopefully you got a lot out of this series. You're more than welcome to ask me questions, make comments below my videos, that kind of thing. Ask me anything you need. But I'm telling you, if you follow the process, you learn some of these things that I've taught you, you can really crank out, some substantial stuff here and build a real business. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.